We are very pleased to welcome back Mike Guimares from MAM Spectrum here in Plymouth and beyond to talk about real estate matters and home matters. Last time you were here, it was before the summer really got moving. Now the summer's over. How was the real estate market, both for buyers and sellers, during this past summer?
It was a steady summer for real estate all the way around. Sellers continued to see prices go up, mainly because of the inventory never really stabilized. We saw very small influxes of listings, never to the point we expected, dating all the way back to spring. So sellers were happy to see the prices increase. Buyers still have low interest rates, which is good, so they're good buying power. Problem is they just can't find what they're looking for still.
Right.
So we have a lot of buyers on the sidelines waiting for the right homes to come on the market.
Right. And what could possibly drive more houses to come on the market?
I think the major issue we have is that sellers are waiting for their next home. They don't see the home they're going to move to, whether it be downsizing or upsizing. And because they don't see the house that they really have fallen in love with, they're not comfortable putting their house on the market yet. And the unfortunate part is that creates a really bad domino effect downstream to all the price points. So that's what causes low inventory, prices to continue to escalate, and buyers to get frustrated not finding something.
Yeah, and the houses are still selling very rapidly.
They are. So houses that come on the market that are priced properly are going very quickly. They are seeing price bidding wars. You know, we're seeing buyers remove contingencies and move in without inspections even. So it is very strong for sellers in that. Yeah, it is very scary. You know, when you have multiple buyers coming in and bidding on a home, it's amazing what they'll start to remove from their offer just to make it happen if they've really loved the home.
Yeah, wow. Okay, let's talk about some misconceptions about selling your home. I have to find my next home first, right? That's the first thing.
It is.
So why is that a misconception?
Well, you know, I think sellers think like once they put their house on the market and they found the buyer, it's gone under agreement, they need to be ready to move quickly, 45, 60 days, whatever the buyer wants. And that's really not the case. There are many ways that the sellers can be protected so that they can have their house on the market, have a contingency that says, if I find a buyer for my home, I need time to find my next home.
Okay.
And it just needs to be worded properly in their listing to make sure buyers that come in are aware of that. The other thing too is you just never know what buyers coming in to purchase your home as a seller, and their situation may be very flexible. They may be renting and they have more time, and because they love the home, they're willing to give you 3-4 months. And I think that if sellers got there and were educated on that, they'd be a lot more comfortable getting on the market, and then that will help open up the inventory across the board.
Now, if somebody really wants a house and the seller agrees, yeah, you know, this is a great price, but the seller just can't find a place, have you ever seen it where the buyer will actually pay for housing? Temporary housing for the seller? Yeah,
we haven't had to that extent. Yeah, only a few times where buyers will be a little bit more flexible on helping share expenses if they need to get some interim housing. That comes into play sometimes when the sellers have found new construction and there's a delay. But there are definitely situations where the buyers will close on the home and then let the sellers rent back for a period of time. And that works too, depending on their situation.
Right. So everything's negotiable.
Absolutely. And there's so many buyers out there that have flexible situations that it can be done.
Okay. Another misconception, people think they're putting their house on the market. I don't need to declutter my home. People know I live here.
My wife cracks up all the time because I look at my house and how things are, and I don't see a mess, you know, where I've left a room. You know, we all see our homes differently. We live there every day, so we think that's just the norm. And what we try to educate our clients on is just take a step back. The buyers that come in, you want them to envision themselves there, their furniture, you know, how they want to live and how they would set up rooms. And sometimes, you know, I think sellers get concerned they're going to spend a lot of money preparing a home for sale, but most of the time it's just time. You know, removing items, reorganizing, rearranging, rather than spending a lot of money on maintenance items.
So this is called basically staging your house,
It is, yeah. You want to put your home in the best light. Sometimes even outside, just fresh mulch. Will work. You know, weed the mulch beds and put some new mulch
Those
down.
Weeds that are coming out of your gutter, those should come out.
Absolutely.
It amazes me sometimes when I see a house on the market and I think, this would cost like $100 to fix this, and it would look so much different.
$100, but 5 hours worth of work, and they're not willing to put the time in.
Exactly. I want to have room to negotiate, so let's start higher.
Always, right? Yeah, I think the toughest part for any seller is accepting what the sales price should be. So you do all the research, you determine what's in the market and what the market calls for, and then the mentality is, well, buyers are going to come in and try to lowball me. So let's start 10, 20,000 higher so we can negotiate. What you've really done is priced yourself out of the market.
Right.
All the buyers that may have looked at it at $499.9 are not going to look at it at $519.9, and now you missed out on an opportunity to get full price.
Right.
And so I think sellers just need to know you set a price that you're comfortable with, that's fair, then you'll find the buyer for it.
And your realtor will tell you if you're not being realistic.
Yeah,
A reputable
absolutely.
realtor will say,
absolutely,
you're not going to sell it.
The numbers, the good thing about the real estate market is the numbers bear out what the house really is valued for.
Right,
so
exactly.
you just need to accept it and move.
Accept what it is. Okay, I'm ready to sell. Let's get it on the market immediately.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I think people always talk about we're getting ready to sell. We're going to be selling our home next year, and then that next year comes up pretty quickly, and they're weeks away, and they were planning to relocate, and now they have to go. So you really shouldn't rush to market. The decluttering and the prep takes some time.
Yeah.
You want to prepare your house for sale. You want it to do a coming soon period if you have a realtor that you're going to be listing with.
Now, talk about that. What is that?
Well, there's
It's new.
It is.
Yeah.
The issue in the market is when homes came on that were priced properly, they were selling so fast that buyers felt like they didn't get a good look at the home.
Okay.
It's sold in the first day on the market.
Fair, yeah.
So there's a way to do a coming soon listing where you might have a week to 10 days or 2 weeks of a period where the house is marketed, and that way everyone knows the date is going to be live.
Yep.
Everyone can schedule showings in the first few days.
Yep.
And everyone gets an opportunity to look at the home.
So no one's supposed to go into that home before that date?
Absolutely not. The
Oh,
realtor
okay.
cannot show that property before it goes live. The great thing for the seller is now you've organized as many viewings as possible when it goes live.
Exactly.
And you're going to get the highest price possible.
Exactly. So why wouldn't every realtor do this?
I think there's a lot of misconceptions about the coming soon process.
Yeah.
And because there are some folks out there that let people get sneak peek, that it's viewed as a negative thing when really in the end it's a very positive thing for everybody, both buyers and sellers.
Of course it is. Now, do they still have brokers open houses before
They
other
do.
people can go in?
Yeah, some agents do that. What we're seeing a trend now for open houses is during the week after work. 4 to 6 p.m. seems to be a hot time for open houses. People are coming home from work, picking up the kids, and they want to view a house.
Yep.
So that's a great way to get more traffic through a home before it goes live.
Okay, great. And in our last minute, that was our first offer, but we'll get better ones.
Yeah. The toughest part is house goes on the market. The first couple days, you get one of those offers that's maybe 5,000 or 10,000 below asking, and sellers start to think, we're going to wait it out.
Yeah.
We got an offer that quick, there'll be more. And really, history tells us the first offer is generally the best.
Yeah.
And anything after that, as more time goes, then people start to think something's wrong with the property.
Right.
Don't get greedy.
Right. Don't get greedy. Right. Right.
Yeah.
So go with a reputable realtor who's been around, who knows what they're doing. Be realistic about what you're going to get and the time frame it's going to take to sell it.
Absolutely.
And where you're going to move.
Exactly.
And realize that almost everything is negotiable.
Absolutely. Have a
Okay.
plan.
Have a plan. And work the plan.
Work the plan.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. This
Thank
was
you.
great. We'll have you back in a couple months and see how October, November is going
Perfect.
in the real estate market.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.